The Firewatch Murders, Secrets Beneath the Smoke. Wildfire season in Northern California is always deadly. But in the summer of 2019, amid the smoke and scorched trees of Trinity County, 3 experienced firewatchers were found dead in a remote tower station, burned, bound, and buried under mystery. At first, it looked like a tragic accident, but what investigators uncovered pointed to something far darker. This is the story of the Firewatch Murders, where isolation, obsession, and secrets turned a tower of safety into a house of horrors. The Bearhead Ridge Fire Lookout Tower sat 6,400 feet above sea level, perched at the edge of Shasta Trinity National Forest. Built in the 1940s, it was one of the last manned firewatch stations in Northern California. In early July 2019, 3 volunteers were stationed there as part of a wildfire observation team. Jackie Monroe, 31, a former Army medic. Miles Greene, 29, a Forest Service contractor. Danny Alvarez, 25, an environmental science graduate taking a summer internship. All 3 had prior field experience and were considered stable, competent, and reliable. Their mission was simple: log fire activity, monitor air conditions, and radio in any dangers. They arrived on July 12th. By July 17th, they were dead. The first indication something was wrong came on July 16th at 8:12 p.m. The tower's emergency signal beacon was manually activated. No voice contact. No radio. Just a silent distress ping. A search and rescue chopper was dispatched at dawn. What they found was described as deeply disturbing. The Firewatch Tower was scorched on the inside. A flash fire had gutted the main cabin. But the exterior was untouched. Inside, all 3 bodies were found, partially burned, hands bound, mouths gagged. Danny Alvarez's body was discovered at the base of the ladder, as if she tried to escape. Her leg was broken. Miles and Jackie were still inside, slumped near the comm station. No weapons. No signs of forced entry. No immediate suspects. But someone had locked the fire tower door from the outside. Arson investigators quickly ruled out wildfire spread. The fire originated from inside the tower, ignited with accelerants. An autopsy showed Miles and Jackie had been sedated before the fire. Danny had not, suggesting she tried to flee but fell, likely pushed. Toxicology revealed traces of ethyl ether, a rare industrial sedative. FBI agents joined the investigation. Their theory? Someone had planned this. Then came the first clue: a hidden wildlife camera mounted 50 feet from the tower, belonging to a retired ranger named Tom Halloway. The footage? Blurry, but showed a tall figure in dark clothes visiting the tower 2 nights in a row. On the second night, the night of the fire, they left carrying a fuel can. Who was it? And how did they know when and where to strike? Turns out, someone had a personal connection to the victims. Investigators dug into the past of all 3 victims. Miles Greene had a brother, Evan Greene, who had been institutionalized in 2015 after a violent outburst at a Forest Service meeting. He believed the government was using firewatch towers to conduct mind control experiments. Evan had escaped a mental health facility in June 2019, just 3 weeks before the murders. And he knew the Bearhead Ridge site. He'd worked there briefly in 2014 before being dismissed for erratic behavior. The real shock came when they searched the woods near the tower. A shallow dugout bunker was found, homemade, lined with stolen supplies, maps, and journal pages. The writings were disturbing, paranoid, religious, apocalyptic. One page read, "They stare from the sky and we light their fires. But I will burn them first." Another showed detailed sketches of the tower and scheduled shifts, including the week Jackie, Miles, and Danny would be on duty. A manhunt was launched across Trinity County, but Evan Greene had vanished. In October 2019, hikers found a burned campsite in the Marble Mountain Wilderness, along with a melted backpack containing Evan's ID and partially destroyed journals. But no body was recovered. No definitive DNA. Only theories. Some say Evan died in the woods. Others believe he escaped, possibly to Oregon or Idaho. In 2021, a woman hiking near Crater Lake reported seeing a wild-eyed man watching her from the trees. He wore a park ranger's jacket and had a long scar down his cheek. The report went unconfirmed. But every time a fire tower sends a silent alarm, some believe it's him. The Firewatch Tower at Bearhead Ridge was dismantled in 2020. Officially retired. But some rangers say they still feel uneasy in that part of the forest, as if they're being watched. The case remains open. Was Evan Greene the killer? Or was he just another disturbed man caught in the paranoia of isolation? We may never know who lit that fire. But we know what was lost in it. 3 lives, countless questions, and the illusion that remote places are always safe. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the forest isn't the fire. It's who's waiting in the smoke.